Good morning. This is Tom with the Tractor Rescue Ranch. I have just wanted to do an update here. I've been doing a lot of work, but I haven't been filming it. First of all, I wanted to do a little thank you to a couple of my sons. Since I'd never even anticipated this YouTube channel getting this big, some of my boys have got 3D printers, and so they printed that little gift for me just to celebrate getting to 1,000 subscribers since I'd never been there. And then also they pitched together and bought me that gyroscope to help hold the camera steadier. I've got the camera in it right now, so hopefully the quality of videos will improve. But I wanted to show you something that I've been doing here on this carriage. Been getting a bunch of painting done, and I did spend hours doing cleanup. I just didn't figure it was worth it to record it. You guys don't need to sit and watch me with a drill and a wire brush, but I cleaned up all these metal parts the best as I could with a wire brush with a drill, and then I've got them treated with that rust cutter and then painting over the top of them. But I've gotten to this one here is been painted, so that's how things are going to be looking here. I've still got those are going to be the different colors. Orange and yellow looks like is what they originally were, so I've got them to clean up still and do. But that is the rust cutter that I've been using, and the paint seems to be sticking really good on it. So I've spent a lot of hours on this project here and don't have much footage to show for it, but I don't think it's really needed. Another thing that I had been doing here, this skidster that I did the alternator work with, I got that new pin in there. The old one was rusted in there. It was rusted so tight I had to use a bunch of, boy, this thing's not, maybe I just don't know how to work this thing, but anyway, that old pin was rusted in there so tight I had to use heat and had to pound it out of there with a hammer, but I pounded it out and cleaned it up, and it seems to be working really nice and smooth at this point. And then one of the other things that I've been doing, I had a friend give me these railroad ties, so what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to cut them in half and put put them down the holes for that sawmill foundation, and then once they're all in the holes and set with some concrete in the holes, I'll get a leveler and I'll cut them all off a second time, just the tops of them off a second time to get them all nice and level. The guy that gave me those railroad ties also let me borrow, how's that for a radial alarm saw to cut them with? If you use a chainsaw on those railroad ties, it's really hard on the chainsaw blades. and stuff. So that's what I've been up to. I'm gonna got some other projects coming up on Monday. I'm gonna have to go look at a backhoe for a guy who says it's got a radiator or a antifreeze leak. He couldn't tell where it was coming from, so I've got a project Monday to go do, and so I may not get back to the sawmill until midweek next week. It's too cold this weekend anyway to do any more spraying or painting, and next week the forecast is supposed to be really nice. So hopefully I'll be able to get things moving again midweek next week. I got some other things coming up that's just gonna really take my time. I think I've located another swather that's got a hay conditioner on it, so I'm gonna have to go look at that and see if I can make a deal on it. It needs some work. That's how we do things around here, is buy them cheap and fix them when they've got a problem. So that's where we're at here today. Just thought a quick update would be in order. One of my other projects I've got to get on pretty quick here. Is this manure spreader. Last year when I was spreading manure, this chain wadded up and broke. It was on my last load that it did that, and so I've been busy, and I just got in there and shoveled out the rest of the manure on that last load, and so I got to get that fixed because I've got a whole bunch of manure that's been composting since last fall that I got to get spread out on the pastures, and also I got to get the pastures dragged. I got to drag them. I don't know if we've got these dang ground squirrels around here, and they are terrible. You can see what they do to the pastures out here. So I got to get all these drug out. Those dirt mounds are really hard on the swathers. Yeah, and as you can see, our snow is 99% gone. Just a couple little snow drifts left after that really warm day last year. It melted a lot, so I got to get on this pasture stuff pretty quick here, because with warm weather in the forecast next week, it's going to start greening up. Something else we're going to have to get on here really quick is getting our garden planted in this greenhouse. It's miserable cold out here. 28 degrees is the outdoor temperature right now, and there's a stiff north wind, but things are a lot different here in this greenhouse. See if I can focus in here. So it looks like somewhere around 44 degrees inside here. So I got to get these weeds pulled up and get some get some garden planted here pretty quick. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to and what I got to get working on the next few days here. So thanks for watching.